Hello everyone, this is Crystal Masterful here. Welcome back to Let's Play Doki Literature Club. In the last episode, we did some stuff with the girls again, because we always do. And we're gonna talk to them again and figure out where we're going with for the festival. Oh yeah. So, we're gonna go over what... Okay, so what... It's been a while since I recorded this last, so I don't know who I was gonna go with. I think I said I would go... I'm worried about Sayori, honestly. But I do want to go with... Oh, I'm actually conflicted. Like, the only person that I'm like not... that I'm sure I'm not going to go with is Monica, but that's just cause it's not that I don't like her, but like there's so many better options. I did not mean it like that, but oh my god. I have it saved, so if I pick the wrong option, fucking... Yeah, no, this is actually a really hard decision. But I think ultimately I'm gonna go with Yuri. Ultimately. I'll probably be most useful helping out Yuri. Me? Are you serious? Why would you... Natsuki, I can already tell you're about to say something mean. No. I was just saying... Ugh. So you'll be helping out Yuri then, Chris? Yeah. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm glad. I have a bad habit of overthinking these things. So I think your assistance will be very useful. That's great to hear. Natsuki, will you be able to handle the baking yourself? I mean, yeah. I already said it would be fine. Okay. Everyone can tell Natsuki's feeling a little sour. Yeah, she wanted me to go with her. So, is that everything we needed to go over? Yeah, that's about it. Are you guys excited? Well, excited may not be the right word, but I suppose I'm looking forward to it a little bit. Do you feel the same way, Chris? The more and more I do Monica's voice, the more and more she's gonna just become an open mouth. Like, her dialogue is just gonna be like, That's what her voice is gonna be now. Not actually, but it's what it's turning into. I guess you could say I'm interested to see how it'll turn out. I mean, you could say that. That's good enough for me. What about you, Natsuki? Yeah, she still seems very pissed. Natsuki? What? Why is everyone yelling at me? I didn't even do anything. No, that's not what I mean at all. Yuri anxiously glances between everyone in the room. I'm sorry for this. I don't really know why Chris picked me. And also, your cupcakes are the best cupcakes I've ever had. They go really well with my tea. And nothing that I do for the event will compare to that, so... I get it. I'm kind of surprised, though. Why? Well, I'm the one acting immature. I already know that. But you're trying to cheer me up all of a sudden. I know I'm not very good at it. I'm sorry if I said something bad. Natsuki isn't the only one surprised. Monica and I are also taken aback by Yuri's words. When she already has trouble with words, trying to cheer someone up must be far out of her own comfort zone. But I begin to understand. Yuri was trying to sound like Sayori. Because as we all know, Sayori is the only one who's able to calm down the anger that has been brought up by other kinds of means, I think. But even if it didn't work out perfectly, I can tell she tried to say something Sayori would say at a time like this. Because Sayori always says yes. No. I kinda appreciate it. I'm sorry for making a big deal out of nothing. But I'm gonna say this. Huh? You better bet that my cupcakes are gonna be the best part of this whole event. I believe you. Yeah! Sorry, I had to keep myself from saying yes! Because, you know, that would be the thing that Monica would say in this state. OMG, totally fleek! just... I hope you see everyone do their best. But with that, there's nothing more for today. So I guess it's time for us to head out. Alright then, let's get out there then. Everyone packs up their things. I start to follow Monica and Natsuki out the door as they chat between each other. Huh? I turn around. Sorry. I realize I don't have any way of contacting you this weekend. Oh, you're right. I can't believe that slipped my mind. Should I give you my phone number? I think that would be the best way, yes. Alright then. You and I exchange phone numbers. Okay, then I'll be stopping by your house on Sunday. Eh? My house? Is that a problem? No, not at all. I just thought that I'd be the one going to your house since I'm the one helping you. I suppose that makes sense. But if you don't mind, I think I would prefer going to your house. Oh, really? Is that where we're taking this? In that case, it won't be a problem. I decided not to press Yuri for a reason. It's not like it should matter much either way, so I just need to make sure my room is clean. I hope I managed to make myself useful in some way. I'm not nearly as creative as you are. Don't underestimate yourself, Chris. I think that we'll make a very productive team. Even if you only chose me because you felt bad or something. Wait, you don't actually think that, do you? I don't know. It's difficult to come up with any other reason you may have chosen me. You're forgetting the one reason with the most common sense. I chose to help you because that's what I want to do. But... Yuri thinks of herself with an extremely tense expression. Yuri, you're overthinking this. You wanted me to point out when you're overthinking, right? Eh? I didn't realize. I'm telling you, I want to. That's all there is to it. Do you believe me? Yuri thinks really hard again. She looks straight into my eyes for a long while. I believe you. As if it took her a tremendous effort, Yuri finally says that it relaxes her expression. And I'm really looking forward to Sunday. Yeah, I am too. After that exchange, I wait my way out the door and Yuri follows. I can't believe this! Yuri's gonna be coming to my house on Sunday? My anxiety shoots through the roof! Even though I've gotten pretty used to handling her at this point, there's no telling what might end up happening where we're outside of the school. More than that, she told me that she was looking forward to it. Is this the chance I have to make something happen between us? Or is it too early for that? Only time will tell. But until then, I won't be able to take my mind off it. I seriously can't wait. It's already Sunday. I've been getting increasingly anxious about Yuri's upcoming visit. I keep telling myself there's no reason to be nervous, but it doesn't help much. Yuri's clearly an introvert and also an intimate person in general. There's no doubt that she'll open up a little bit, but when it's just the two of us? Meanwhile, we've even been texting occasionally. She was extremely apprehensive at first, but it wasn't long before I was already learning more about her. But putting Yuri aside... I haven't heard one thing from Sayori since she left the club early the other day. It's not like we text each other all the time or anything, but I've been worried about her in the back of my mind. Between what Sayori said and what Monica said, is it really okay for me to put Sayori's feelings aside when she might need me? Honestly, I feel like you should check up on her. I decided to visit Sayori before Yuri comes over. Rather than asking, I simply tell her I'm coming over, much like we've done in the past. Once I reach Sayori's house, I knock on the door before entering it myself. Again, we used to play so often that we've made a habit of simply entering each other's house, like we were family. The house is quiet. Sayori isn't anywhere on the first floor, so I assume she's up in her room. It's already strange of her not to run down and greet me. I head up to her bedroom where I finally find her. Sayori? Hi, Chris! I sit down in her room. Sayori forces a smile, but it's easy to tell that she's different. There's a minute of silence between us.
You haven't come over like this in a long time, have you?
Yeah, I guess you're right. It has been a long time. Not much has really changed, has it? Sayori's room is a mess. Is as messy as it's always been. I also recognize the same stuffed animals and wall decorations that she's had for years now.
If you came over more often, it wouldn't be such a mess.
That's because I end up cleaning it for you.
How come you suddenly wanted to come over today? Aren't you supposed to be seeing Yuri today?
You weren't there for that. Yeah, you weren't there for that. How do you know? Sayori had already left by the time we decided that last meeting.
Monica told me. It's only natural for her to keep me informed about the festival preparations, right?
That's true. But what about you? Aren't you going to be helping out Monica today?
Of course. But I'm just helping her online. We didn't plan to meet up or anything.
So it's just me and Yuri then. Oh, I'm sure it is me. Woo, I'm a bad person.
Yep.
There's more silence between us. Sayori stares in a random direction. Everything about her behavior is really uncharacteristic. I finally get to the point. I just wanted to see how you were doing. After you left on Friday, when something's wrong, you can't hide it from me. I know you too well. So, Sayori smiles, shaking her head.
That's no good, Chris.
Huh?
Why can't it just be like it's always been? This is all my fault. If I didn't get so weak and accidentally express my feelings, if I didn't make that stupid mistake, then you wouldn't have been worried about me at all. You wouldn't have come here. You wouldn't have even been thinking about me right now. But this is just my punishment, isn't it? I'm getting punished for being so selfish. I think that's why the world decided to have you come over today. It just wants to torture me.
Sayori! I grab her by the shoulders. What on earth are you saying? Are you listening to yourself right now? I know something happened to you. There's no other explanation for you to be like this. So tell me already. Until I know, I won't be able to stop thinking about it. Sayori gives me an empty smile.
You really put me in a trap, Chris.
I'm sure I did.
But you're wrong. Nothing happened to me. I've always been like this. You're just seeing it for the first time.
Seeing what? What are you talking about, Sayori?
You're really just gonna make me say it, aren't you, Chris? Guess I have no choice this time. The thing is, I've had really bad depression my whole life. Did you know that? Why do you think I'm late to school every day? Because on most days I can't even find the reason to get out of bed. What reason is there to do anything when I fully know how worthless I am? Why go to school? Why eat? Why make friends? Why make other people put their energy into caring to waste by having them spend it online, on me? That's what it feels like. And that's why I just want to make everyone happy, without anyone worrying about me.
I'm in shock. I can't even figure out how to respond. How is it possible that Sayori kept this from me the entire time that I've known her? Did she really want so badly for me to not think about her? Why, Sayori?
Eh?
Why is it that you've never told me about this? It's almost like I've been betrayed as your close friend. Because if I knew, I would have done everything I could to support you. Even if there's only so much I could do. I wouldn't have tried a little bit harder to make every day a little better for you. That's why I'm your friend. All you had to do was tell me.
You don't understand at all, Chris. Why do you think I didn't tell you? Because if I told you, then you would have waste effort caring about me instead of doing important things. I don't want to be cared about. It's bittersweet when people try to care about me. It feels nice sometimes, but it also feels like a bat being swung against my head. That's why I wanted so badly for you to make friends with everyone else. Helping everyone be happy together is the best thing for me. But then I discovered something else too. Seeing you make friends and get closer with everyone in the club, it feels like a spear going through my heart. So that's why I've decided the world just wants to torture me. Every path leads to nothing but hurt.
You're right that I don't understand. I don't understand your feelings at all, Sayori. But I don't need to understand. Whatever it takes for me to help you stop hurting, that's what I'll do.
No, Chris. There's nothing. Nothing at all. The only thing you could have helped is if everything could be like it always was. But I was selfish. I finally showed you what a horrible person I am.
Tears streaked down Sayori's face.
I made you join the literature club because I was selfish. And I was punished by my heart hurting in a way that I couldn't understand. And now you came here and I made you hurt too. I'm just as weak and selfish. That's all I am. And that's why I'm going to accept these punishments. Because I deserve every last one.
Without thinking, I once again grabbed Sayori's shoulders. This time I pulled her into a tight embrace.
Ah! Chris.
Sayori! I don't care if you feel selfish. I'm really happy that you convinced me to join the club. Seeing you every day makes it worthwhile enough. If I make friends with everyone else, then that's just a bonus. But please, never underestimate how much I care about you. I wouldn't have it any other way.
Chris.
Sayori isn't hugging me back. Despite my arms being wrapped around her, Sayori's arms remain at her sides. She starts sobbing next to my ear.
No. Don't do this to me. Please don't do this. Chris,
Sayori barely manages to speak between her sobs. I don't know if I'm doing the right thing, but all I want for her is to know that I care. If you have it in you to call yourself selfish, then you have to let me be selfish too. No matter what it takes, I'll figure out what needs to change. I'll make these feelings go away. And if there's anything you need me to do, then you better tell me. I'll get mad if you don't.
I don't know. I don't know. I don't know.
Gently, Sayori finally puts her arms around me in return.
I don't know anything. It's all really scary. I don't understand any of my feelings, Chris. The only time I'm not feeling nothing is when I'm feeling pain. But your hugs are so warm. That's really scary too.
Sayori lets me go. As she does, I let her go as well. The festival's tomorrow.
Yeah.
It's gonna be fun, right?
Yeah.
How would you like me to spend it all with you? It's what I want. I promise.
I think that would be nice then.
Yeah. Sayori wipes her eyes. If I could spend the whole day here, I would. Of all days, this has to be the one where I have other plans. Maybe I should cancel.
No, don't! Please don't. If you did that, then I really wouldn't forgive you.
But it's almost time for Yuri to meet me at my house. At the very least, do you want to come along and help you? Do you want to come along and help out? It would be fun. To my surprise, Sayori shakes her head.
I'm sorry. I don't know if that would be very good for me today. You understand, right?
It's kind of hard for me to fully understand. But I'm trying my hardest.
It's okay. Don't worry too much about it. I'll see you tomorrow, okay?
Alright. I'll look forward to it. I say goodbye to Sayori and exit her house. On the way home, I find myself still feeling uneasy. But it's hard for me to keep thinking about it when Yuri is about to come over too. I think Sayori is right. I shouldn't be worrying too much, and we're definitely going to have a great time tomorrow. I should just focus on what's ahead of me. God, I actually want to spend time with Sayori. Like, I actually... Because I was thinking, that was in the back of my head, like, there must be something wrong. And thinking about, like, every single time whenever I wrote a poem, most of the darkest, depressive stuff, Sayori jumped up at. So I'm thinking, like, does she have depression? Or is she, like something must be bad. Like, something must be wrong, and she's just, like, putting herself in a facade. That's the only thing that came to mind, and, like, it's true. But, like, I really wish I'd just spend time with her. Legit, I would spend time with her if it came down to it. Because she's my friend. And I was worried. You know what? It's been forever since I've been back at this game, so I completely forgot. But no, I definitely would have picked Sayori over Yuri. I definitely would have picked Sayori. Anyway, as I approach my house, I see something that makes me feel a moment of panic. Yuri?
Thank goodness.
You're a little early. I'm sorry I wasn't home yet. Were you waiting out for a long time?
No, I just got here. But I started to get really nervous when nobody answered the doorbell.
You always could have texted me. If I had known, I would have reassured you and hurried more on my way home.
I suppose it's true. I didn't think of that for some reason.
It should be common sense to do that, but I decided to ignore it. Anyway, let's go inside. I see you brought a lot of stuff with you.
That's right. And did you manage to find everything I asked you to buy as well?
Yeah, pretty much. At least I hope I got everything right.
I'm sure it'll be fine.
I take Yuri to my room. The first thing she does is glance around curiously, which makes me feel anxious.
It's so clean.
I cleaned it before you came over, so...
That's very considerate of you.
No. I would be really embarrassed for my room to be a mess while you were here.
Well, I do enjoy cleaning.
I would gladly have helped you clean. That would be even more embarrassing. Wait, don't look in there! I snatched Yuri's wrist, which was in the process of opening a desk drawer of mine.
I'm sorry. I wasn't thinking for some reason. I was just spacing out.
It's fine, it's fine. I let go of Yuri's wrist. She puts both her hands firmly on her lap, as if making sure she's keeping track of them. So, should we get started?
Yes. I have a few things planned that you can help with. Decorations and other atmospheric enhancements.
Atmospheric enhancements?
You know, mood lighting and aromatherapy candles.
Oh, wow. I didn't think you planned on taking it that far.
Of course. I wanted to help take our guests to a faraway place. Although many will stop by just out of curiosity. And for cupcakes, I guess. I'm determined to provide an experience that will leave them wanting more.
That's great. It's easy to forget that you're a pretty intense person.
Intense?
I guess that's the best way to put it.
Is that a bad thing?
No, not at all. It's something that I like about you, actually.
Is that so? That makes me feel relieved. I'm kind of happy.
Yeah, no need to be so anxious. You can relax a little.
Relax? I brought some things for relaxation. I was going to use them during the poetry event.
Oh yeah, like what?
Let's see.
Yuri rummages through her bag. She pulls out a few candles and a wooden cylinder-shaped object.
I did some shopping on the way here, so I happen to have these in my bag. I planned to cover the windows in black paper and use the candles to light the room. I think that would be amazing, don't you?
Yeah, that would be really neat. What's that wooden thing, though?
Oh, this? It's a diffuser for essential oils.
Yuri, please! That's disgusting! But keep doing it. Anyway.
How familiar are you with aromatherapy?
Not familiar at all.
Oh, is that so? It's one of my favorite contributors to a positive atmosphere. Depending on the oils or herbs you choose, you can change the mood of the air itself. You can even feel it permeate through your body. Relaxation, positive energy, romance, reflection. It's almost like magic.
Yuri takes the cylinder and pushes the switch on the bottom. In just a moment, a thin ray of vapor begins spouting out in a small hole in the top. Wow, that smells wonderful. What kind of mood is that one for?
This is a jasmine essential oil. It smells a little sweet and flowery, right?
Yeah, that's a good way to describe it.
I chose jasmine for the event because it provides more than relaxation. Jasmine enhances your emotions and helps you feel them flow through your body. You feel warmer and your heart pounds more heavily. Don't you think it would be perfect for sharing our poems?
It does sound suitable. But you seem to know a lot about this, so I'll trust your opinion with anything. Yuri smiles gently and clearly enjoying herself. She again reaches into her bag and pulls out several spoils of thin ribbon. What are those for?
Well... Did you purchase the origami paper I asked you to get?
Yeah, I have it over here.
We won't be using the paper to fold origami. What I'd like to use is to write a different word on each paper. We'll need about 100 of them.
Oh yeah? What'll those be used for?
Well, I'm going to cut pieces of ribbon and hang it from the doorway of the classroom. Then we can fasten the paper on the ribbons and create a doorway curtain. Wouldn't that be beautiful? It would also catch the eye of the passing by the room. It may attract some to peek inside.
That's really creative. I had no idea you'd be so good at this, Yuri.
Is that so? Well, I do suppose it get a little intense, as you put it.
Yuri giggles with red cheeks. Is it just me, or is she more relaxed when it's just the two of us? Or maybe it's the excitement she feels with sharing something that she enjoys. Or maybe she just wants to fuck you. I mean, it could be any of those options.
Here's a marker, Chris. You can write any characters you want. I'll help you once I finish cutting the ribbons.
Alright. Sitting on the floor together, the two of us get to work. I carefully draw a different character on each paper, doing my best to manage my bad handwriting. Yuri unravels a long strand of red ribbon to her desired length. Then she reaches into her bag once more and pulls out a pocket knife. Eh? The knife is strangely beautiful. The silver handle has an intricate pattern of waves etched into it. The blade itself is gently tinted blue. That's no ordinary pocket knife. It looks really fancy.
Well...
Embarrassed, Yuri looks away. What is it?
You're going to think it's weird.
Yuri, whatever it is, I have no reason to judge. Again, believe me, I have no reason to judge on weird people. To each their own, you know?
If you promise you won't be weirded out.
Yeah, I promise. What is it?
Alright. The thing is, I'm kind of into knives. They're just so pretty. I can't help it. I don't know what it is. The combination of craftsmanship and the feeling of danger, maybe. What am I saying? Please don't think I'm weird for this.
You're laughing at
me.
No, I'm not laughing at you. It's just funny how nervous you got about sharing. It's an interesting thing to be into, I guess. But I think it kind of suits you.
Suits me?
Yeah, it's kind of intense. Besides, it's a really cool looking knife. I can't deny that.
It is, isn't it?
Yuri relaxes her expression once again.
Would you like to hold it?
Sure, I'll check it out. Yuri carefully hands me the knife, with the handle facing me. I take it and turn it around in my hands. It feels heavy and extremely solid. Where do you even get a knife like this? Curious of its sharpness, I felt the point of the knife with my index finger. Ow!
Chris! Why did you do that?
I didn't expect it to be that sharp. I barely touched it at all.
It's my fault. I should have warned you. This knife is extremely sharp. It can cut through skin like it's paper. Oh no.
A small drop of blood trickles down the side of my finger. Yuri takes my hand and gives the wound a closer look. She stares at it and noticeably fidgets. If you're squeamish, I'll go wash it off now. Without warning, Yuri puts her finger in my mouth and licks the wound. I feel her tongue curl around my finger. Startled, I instinctively pulled my hand back.
Please forgive me. I wasn't thinking.
Is that what you're actually into? Is that what you're actually into, Yuri? Because me thinks that's what you're actually into. Yuri lowers her head, her face burning up. Yuri.
It's the most embarrassing thing I've ever done. How could I do something like that? I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Sure, it was a little weird and it took me by surprise, but I guess she was just trying to help, right? No, I think that's what she's actually into. She's into blood. Yuri, I think you're overacting a little. She doesn't lift her head. What if she doesn't recover for this for the rest of the afternoon? Alright, you know what? This might be a stupid thing to do, but I'll do it anyway. I take Yuri's hand and lick her index finger in return. Chris! That would be the response, yes.
Did you really just do that?
Now we're even. Yuri just looks at me like I did something wrong. I knew that would be a bad idea. If not for the sweet aroma of the jasmine oil, the air would be extremely heavy right now.
You're so weird, Chris.
Yuri giggles shyly. Eh? Yuri calling me weird? I have no response to that.
Where do you keep your bandages?
I don't think I need one, actually. It was a tiny cut. Look, it's already stopped bleeding.
I see. That's relieving.
The tension quickly is lifted. We each resume our respective activities. I watch Yuri's knife cut through the ribbon like it's nothing but air. Meanwhile, I continue to make progress on the paper. After we finished attaching the papers to the ribbons, we lay them out side by side. Oh, I think we're gonna stop today. Oh, wow. So we learned about Sayori's depression and Yuri's interest into knives and probably blood. There's no possible way. Like, if she wasn't into blood like that, she would have just raced out and gotten bandages. But no, she instinctively tried to suck out the blood. And I believe, let's look at the history real quick. Yeah, she noticeably fidgets. That's what caught my eye. She stares at it and noticeably fidgets. That must mean that she was feeling hot and bothered about it. And she licks the wound and she feels the tongue curling around my finger. Like, and then she gets extremely embarrassed. Like, there's no way. And they were just talking about knives. There's gotta be some kind of under meaning to that. But anyway, so that'll end this video, and next time we're going to help Yuri more some, and I want to check more on Sayori. Like, I legit want to check on her now, but I don't want to get see, like, that scene with Sayori felt a little too real to me, and I don't want to be like up on top of her, but I just want to make sure she's feeling okay, you know? Because that's how friends react to kind of situations like that, especially for friends who may or may not always feel happy. They don't want to be a burden, but they want to help as much as they can because, you know, they care. And that's how I feel right now with Sayori. I want to check up on her, but I don't want to check up on her too much because then it'll just seem like I'm hounding her because I don't know, and I'm obviously worried about her, and then she'll get worried, and then it's just the cycle repeats. The cycle. But anyway, so that's it. Thank you guys so much for watching. Next time on Doki Doki Literature Club, we're going to continue this game. Subscribe if you want to. It doesn't matter to me. Every new videos pretty much every day so far. I mean, or every other day depending on how the schedule goes. So until then, see you guys next time for more Doki Doki Literature Club. Take care and have a fantastic day.